Yo, is this thing on? Word. I'm just busy. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Angel here, coming back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the top 10 most talked about sports win in history. So, the reason why I made this video because this is something that I've been seeing this way too many times is all over, the medias, everything. Even at the time too, when before social media, all that stuff during existed. Well, some of them that I did exist, some I didn't. Well, mostly I did exist, but there's tiny bit of them that I didn't exist. Well, one of them. Hey, what's up, Nathan? How you been? Yes, you're here. Yes, sir, you're here. So today we're going to be talking about the most talked about win, and let's get started right now. So the first number one in our list right now will be the Los Angeles Raiders. Now, the reason why the Raiders has the most talked about win, in my personal opinion, is because the reason why because I checked on YouTube, it was everywhere, nothing but Raiders this, Raider that. Now, I did not exist at the time when the last time my football team, which, yes, I am a Raider fan, you all know, my beloved football team, the very last time they won the Super Bowl representing my hometown city, Los Angeles, which is the real team in LA, which I'm not going to get to that. But still, I'm going to be honest, it was most talked about because I seen so many videos like, they did the parade in the LA area, all that stuff. So it's still, to me, still well-known talk. That's why I put it number 10 because – there's still more talked about, all that stuff, more things. So that's just top 10 right now because, Marcus Allen was the MVP. What's his name? Tom Flores was the coach. Jim Plunkett was the quarterback, man. Oh, my goodness, man. Howie Long. They had Todd Christensen. They got so many great players, man. Very great players, including my all-time favorite, like I say, Marcus Allen, man. But still, the Raiders, sadly, that was the last time the Raiders won the Super Bowl. But, I was kind of really upset that they never get a chance to win another one, but maybe one of these days soon. But you never know. Maybe one of these days. All right, so that's number 10. So coming next, number 9. Woo! The Los Angeles Lakers. I'm glad that my beloved favorite basketball player, Kobe Bryant himself. They had Kobe Bryant. They got Metta World Peace. They got, who else they got? So many players, but I keep forgetting their names. So you guys want to drop it down. So the reason why I picked the Lakers number 9 because not just they won the NBA Finals at the time, the 2010 one, because I remember the very last time, before the 2020 championship when the Lakers won and the Dodgers won, this was the first and last time I could see a team won on TV in person is the Los Angeles Lakers. I remember that one time when the Lakers won, they were rioting. They were throwing stuff. Oh, Nathan says, with the team the Raiders has, it's a possibility. Well, maybe, dude, but the problem is that you got other teams that gets on you, man. Like you got Kansas City in the way, you got the Chargers, and you got Denver in the way. So that's the problem. So if we could fight back, but maybe. So, anyways, so the Lakers. However, I remember the time when the Lakers won before the 2020, when 10 years before that happened. I remember there were so many rioting going on. People were throwing stuff, destroying vehicles. They were going crazy around downtown LA for the Lakers won, including there was this TV show called World Scariest Police something or World Police something about the police situation, everything. They made a documentary that the Lakers won back to back, man, and these fans were going crazy. I considered that the most talked about win because a lot of people were talking about it all over. I remember that it was talking about it, saying that the Lakers won this and that. Nathan says also Kobe died on my 18th birthday, January 26, 2020. Oh, okay, man. But still, like you said, Nathan, well, happy past birthday, man. That's all I can say. I know your birthday's been late already, but still, you know what? Rest in peace to the GOAT, Kobe Bryant, man. I'm hoping he's down in heaven playing little basketball with his beloved daughter, Gigi. It's still not fair that he's gone, even though, sadly, that was the last time the Lakers won. However, 2010, 10 years later, they won for the title for Kobe Bryant, man, for Mr. 2-4. It was an honor, especially the good thing that Kobe won at the time because, they were talking about it everywhere. There was crazy writing going on in Los Angeles, like downtown, all that stuff, man. Good memories we had. I mean, as much as I'm a Laker fan, as much as I understand everyone loves the team, but I wouldn't go downtown do something like that because I wouldn't go a little too far because, it's just a game. I mean, even if my team lost, I would be upset as much as I hate to see my team lose, but I'm happy to see my team won championship, but I wouldn't go that far. So I don't know. This is my opinion, as an honesty. So that's number 9 right now. Number 8 will be, Super Bowl 2. World Series, everybody. The World Series, the very last time when my baseball team has won the World Series champion, man, the Los Angeles Lakers. Nope, actually not really, but I saw the whole thing. So let's talk about this story. So the last time when the Dodgers won was back in 1988. I remember a couple of years before when I was a little kid, my dad had a VHS. It shows the documentary story of the 1988 World Series between the Dodgers and the Oakland Athletics. The Dodgers at the time, they had Oral Hershiser, they had Mark Davis, they had who else they got? I know Fernando Valenzuela was playing, but I think he was well known at the time. Who else they got? I'm trying to remember some players, man. I'm trying to remember the Dodgers back in the days. Steve Garvey wasn't playing the Dodgers at the time, but I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, and the GOAT Tommy Lasorda, which also rest in peace, Tommy Lasorda. Oh, sorry, no, back to this guy. So when the Dodgers won the World Series, I remember that I don't know if you guys saw it on my YouTube video that at the time when when they were about to do the last pitch, when Julio Reyes did that final last pitch, made the out strike. Oh my goodness, it was me, my brother, my dad, and my little sister's boyfriend. My sister's boyfriend, my brother, my dad were rooting for the Dodgers. We were going StubHub crazy. Like, not that StubHub ticket. I'm talking about StubHub craziness, man. Oh my goodness, man. It was the best moment of my life. I remember when the Dodgers won. It sucks that the Dodgers didn't get a chance to do the parade around the city because it just stinks, man. It just sucks, man, because that was at the time during the pandemic. But still, it was a well worth it win for the Dodgers, man, because, we've been trying to go from try to try because thanks a lot to those two, those teams, the Astros and the Red Sox. Don't get me started, which I'm not going to explain it, but I don't want to talk about it. But still, hats off to the Rays. But to this day, I still ask my same question, like why they didn't just why they got rid of that one pitcher during that game 6. Like, it doesn't make sense because if they would have made it a game 7. But I don't know. That's just my opinion, but it's kind of weird. But still, I was happy for my team, man. Fun fact is Jock Peterson used to play for the Dodgers. It was the last time he played for us, won the World Series. Next year later, that was last year, the Dodgers not the Dodgers. Jock Peterson won, but this time with the different team called Atlanta Braves, which shout out to him, man. We missed him, but still, it just stinks. But now he's with the San Francisco Giants, the rival team. But, it's all good, is what it is. We had great memories with him and Corey Seager, but sadly, Seager's no longer with us, Well, at least he played for one more year with us until now he's out. We replaced him with Freddie Freeman. But still, man, I will never forget that day. That was one of the best moments of my life seeing as a Dodger fan. All right, now, aside from my teams, I will not count the Raiders, Dodgers, and Lakers, and, they will not be in it. So, however, coming up next is number 7 will be the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Stanley Cup Series down in the year 2020. Okay, now, for anyone's going to ask me, is this has something to do with your team? No, this has nothing to do with my team. Now, don't get confused. I am talking about my team, the first threes, but I'm talking about the Pacific wins that whoever was talking about it the most. So here's one of them. So the reason why I put the Tampa Bay Lightning in it, the 2020, because I remember they were all over social media. People were posting on it. They were talking about it, everything like that. So it was a hard congrats to Tampa Bay Lightning. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but okay, so bear with me. I don't keep in touch with hockey. I stick with my own hockey team, which y'all know me. I'm an LA Kings fan. Was this the franchise's very first time winning the Stanley Cup? Okay, like, bear with me. I'm not trying to be no guy like, oh, like, if anyone's going to say, oh, where have you been, dude? Like this and that. Okay, look, I don't keep in touch with sports that much, I'll admit. But, however, I do know that the Tampa Bay Lightning, I don't know if it's their very first time they're winning their franchise first win. That's just my opinion. Oh, the Kings versus D-Words in 2012. Kings won their first Stanley Cup. Yeah, I know that, Nathan. Yeah, I know the Kings won that time. But, though, however, the Kings is not, I don't know if I remember this, but I don't know. It was a long time. I wasn't a Kings fan at the time. I got into the Kings until like around 2014 of late because I have a friend of mine who was a Kings fan. But anyways, aside from the Kings, but the Tampa Bay Lightning, yeah, it was the most talked about win because people were talking about it. It was like all over, social media, stuff like that. However, it's not as much as compared with these guys. So we're going to go to the next one. Okay, for the next one, the 2015 NBA Finals. Yep, is it the 2015 NBA Finals? Yep, it is the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers, which the Golden State Warriors won. Now, the reason why I picked the Golden State Warriors win the 2015 NBA Finals is because I remember it was all over the news. Everybody was talking about it, like saying that Golden State wins, Golden State wins. Like it's like the franchise won. Like for some reason, it's like the whole countries are talking about it. It's like people are talking about it. It was all over. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I did remember that the Golden State Warriors at the time, even I live in the LA territory, which is mostly the northern side of California, which is San Francisco's area or Oakland's area, which at the time they were Oakland, which they should have been called Oakland Warriors or San Francisco Warriors. That doesn't sound bad. But Golden State is kind of, I get it because California's a Golden State, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. But still, the Tampa Bay Lightnings have 3 Stanley Cup victories, 2004, 2020, 2021. Oh, okay. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate it, man. But anyways, the reason why I picked the Warriors won because for some reason, I remember the time when they won, they were like talking about it everywhere. People were talking about it. They were saying this, the Warriors won, the Warriors did win, the Warriors that, Warriors this. Like, it's all Warriors everywhere, including everywhere in YouTube videos at the time. I remember it was like Warriors this, Warriors that. Well, still, that was a heck of a rivalry, Cleveland Cavaliers and Golden State Warriors, because when LeBron James was with the Cavs, but now he's with the Lakers. But still, man, it was like a mad respect to Stephon Curry. I thought he was going to be like the Patrick Mahomes to NBA, but it turns out that Curry has more wins than Patrick Mahomes. But still, I feel like, yeah, because the Warriors have more titles. That's just my opinion because, not more titles. I meant the most talk about. Sorry, I meant to say was the Warriors have the most talked about win because people are talking about it, say Warriors this, Warriors that is everywhere. So that's all I can say. So coming next in our list will be, my brother's team, the New York Yankees, 1996, the day they beat the team of the 90s, the Atlanta Braves. Okay, so the reason why I picked the New York Yankees for 1996 because a lot of people were talking about it. And fun fact is that was the debut of the dynasty, which they did won 1996. They didn't make it to 1997. However, they won from 1998, 1999, and 2000. They won those 3, but 2001 they made it, but lost to the Atlanta Diamond. Sorry, not Atlanta. I meant Arizona Diamondbacks. Sorry, I was gonna say Atlanta Diamondbacks. I'm like the Diamondbacks don't play in Atlanta; they play Arizona, so it's Arizona Diamondbacks. And then 3 years later, in 2003, they faced the Florida Marlins, but lost. But still, it was a good look. I give mad respect to the Yankees. I have very madly respect for the Yankees. At first, I'm like, you know what? At first, I get why everyone don't like them. At first, I'll admit I don't like them, but ever since my brother, showed me this and that, and ever since that, after the World Series we lost, which I'm not gonna say it, don't get me started. I respect the Yankees, man. The Yankees are a really good team. I got a feeling it might be a Dodgers versus Yankees World Series this year. Do you guys think it's gonna happen? I hope so. Fingers crossed. Everybody wants a Yankees and Dodgers World Series. Like if I was gonna lose, as a Dodger fan, as much as I hate to lose to the World Series, but if I was gonna win or if I was gonna lose to a team, I would pick the New York Yankees because my brother and I, although we get along with baseball, but we have a different opinions. He's a Yankees fan, which y'all know him, Gito 48 or JJ 48, they call him, and myself as a Dodger. So you have East Coast and West Coast, but still. Now let's talk about this one. Now, the reason why I picked the Yankees as the winner for 1996 is because a lot of people were talking about it at the time. Aside from New Yorkers, it was all over the country. People were saying that, Yankees won, Yankees did, Yankees win, they did. So luckily the Yankees won. Not little did they know they got attention, America's whole entire attention. However, that was like my top 5. But however, there's number 4. Here comes number 4, guys. And by the way, the top 4 are the most talked about. Okay, number 4 on our list is Super Bowl 49. The Patriots beat the Seattle Seahawks. Now, fun fact is I was watching this Super Bowl at the time when the Patriots won. I was like this to the Patriots. I don't get it. If you have Marshawn Lynch at the 1-yard line, why you didn't just let him run instead of pass the ball? Instead you pass it to Tyler, instead of Wilson, pass it to Tyler Lockett and let Malcolm Butler pass the ball. Malcolm Butler easily catch the interception and got the win. I thought the Seattle Seahawks were going to go they're going to go back-to-back. But to tell you the truth, unfortunately, not this time. But fun fact is we never had a back-to-back team. We never had a back-to-back win. I'm surprised we didn't. The last time the team has won back-to-back was the Patriots, but that was back in Super Bowl 38 and 39 was 2004 and 2005. And that was the last time when they had a back-to-back. Ever since, there was no team went back-to-back ever since. But still, It was a remarkable Super Bowl. I remember they were talking about all over the news at the time. Yes, I did watch it with my best friend. We were going, oh, sorry. Oh, you guys were not, oh, man, you guys will not see that, but you guys will see it in just a moment. Oh, my goodness. That's a funny blooper. Okay, so anyways, now I really don't think that, whatchamacallit, no, I don't think, I really don't think that Seattle could have made the pass. I don't know why would they do that, but still, it was kind of pretty good Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of my top 10 favorite Super Bowls. As much as I'm a Raider fan, but I give props to the Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks for fighting it. But it turns out it was a Patriot world. The Seattle will never get that back-to-back win. Sadly they didn't. But still, I feel like when Tom Brady won the fourth Super Bowl, not just that, it feels like a movie. Like literally, to a lot of New England fans when they won, it feels like a movie. And little did every New England fan know, I don't know if or New England knows the Patriots. It was like all over the country. People were talking about it. They said it's one of the greatest Super Bowls ever, which it did. However, unfortunately, that was the last time until when the next Super Bowl, which I'll tell about it, will be up next. Not really beating it, but it was the most talked about win. So that's what everyone was talking about. So, okay, the next one I made a blooper earlier, but you guys saw it. So it's the 2005 World Series, Chicago White Sox. Okay, so I want to tell you guys a little story about the White Sox winning the World Series. So I want everyone to know this. So the story of the White Sox won the World Series at the time. I remember when after they won the World Series, my uncle by marriage, who is married to my dad's little sister, he's a huge White Sox fan, which he and I have a great relationship. Yeah, he's a huge White Sox fan. He was like, not just happy won the White Sox about the White Sox winning, but the White Sox, it was like all over, like ESPN. It was all over the news. I remember when I was a kid living in the Los Angeles territory, after the White Sox won, they were talking about it in the news. They were talking about the history of the White Sox, like who they were and what was the last time. Everywhere, like they were talking about it was like all over the news, all over Chicago, everywhere around the country. Like, sheesh, man. Like I feel sorry for some teams that won, but hardly gets talk about it. But this is one of the teams that people talked about it even more. Like, sheesh, man, like the White Sox are so lucky they get talked about, not just their local hometown city. They were talking about everywhere, man, like literally like everywhere. I'm not talking about one area, it's everywhere. Even the Los Angeles territory too. I remember the news. They were talking about it everywhere. I remember that. Yeah, like it's so weird. I know everyone's going to ask me, wait a minute. Hey, Angel, I get a question. If you live in the Los Angeles territory, why are they talking about the Chicago White Sox at the Los Angeles area if they're not the Los Angeles White Sox? They're the Chicago White Sox. Well, I don't know. The news just covered it. It was the most talked about win. Everyone was talking about it. It was all over. People are saying the White Sox this, White Sox that. I remember. It was all talk about. However, it gets more bigger. Number 2 in our list will be the Philadelphia Eagles beat the New England Patriots at Super Bowl 52. Now, fun fact is, we were watching it. I thought the Patriots were going to win. I thought they were going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. I thought they were going to be the first team for a long time. For the first time, we have a back-to-back win, but turns out the Eagles did. And fun fact is, the Eagles became the first team that wear their color uniform since the Green Bay Packers back at Super Bowl 45 that won that Super Bowl, because ever since the Green Bay Packers, all the NFL teams were winning nothing but white jerseys. Until that Super Bowl, they won their color jerseys. Pretty not bad Super Bowl. Really mad respect for the Eagles. I think they wanted it more. I remember the Eagles fans were going crazy downtown. Same thing happened in Los Angeles, when the Lakers and the Dodgers won. I remember the Philadelphia Eagles were going crazy. They were like, celebrating everything. I mean, it's good to celebrate, but try not to go that far. But still, I remember, including one of I think the sports broadcast guy who was from Oklahoma I was watching, he was crying tears of joy because, that's his Eagles. He never, ever get a chance to see the Eagles won until finally the moment of truth has come for him, man. Well, mad respect for the Eagles, even though they did beat us in the season, but still, they were a good team. But I'm surprised they never went back-to-back next year, but still, it was a well worth it game for the end. But still, yeah, everyone was talking about it. I remember they were all over the news. It was all over social media. It was all over everywhere, including celebrities who are not fans of the Eagles were talking about it, including poor Chris Rock, what he did. I'm not going to say it, but this guy's funny, man. Oh, my goodness, man. That was one of the well-deserved wins for the Eagles, man. Madly respect. As a Raider fan, madly respect for the Eagles, but still, it is what it is. Okay, guys, so this is number 2, so we're going number 1. Number 1 will be the World Series of 2016, the Chicago Cubs beating the Cleveland Indians. So The reason why I picked the Chicago Cubs number one, because, okay, similar to the Chicago White Sox back in 2005, it was the most extremely talk about win. Even Good Morning in America, the ABC Good Morning America, we're talking about the White Sox win, man. That was the most craziest win ever. And the craziest World Series too. Not just they went to game 7, they ended like in the midnight. Like, well, after their time was like what, 10? Our time was their time was like 12 o'clock in the morning. Our time was at 10. Sheesh, man, that was a long time because of the rain. Yes, I know, because of the rain delayed everything like that. But still, it was the most talked about World Series win, because not just they won, because I heard that this was their first time winning the World Series titles in 108 years. Wow. 108 years. That was like, wait, my great-great-grandpa, my great-great, no. My great-great-grandparents and my great-grandparents were alive at the time when 108, well, aren't they? I don't think so. I know my grandpa wasn't around, so most likely it would be my great-grandpa, my great-grandma, grandpa, my great-great-grandparents, or my great-great-great-grandparents. Or you can say great-grandparents, 2 times great-grandparents, and 3 times great-grandparents were alive when the Chicago Cubs won the World Series, the 108 in, like, in 108 years. But yeah, I remember they were talking about it all over social media. It was all over the news. People say it's one of the greatest World Series. And I heard they beat Sunday Night Football when Sunday Night Football was broadcast at the time. Literally, like, it was technically crazy, man, at the time. Oh boy, man. That is number one, guys. So that is number one. All right, guys, that's all I can say right now. If you guys agree with me, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And my honorable mentions, I would say there's some honorable mentions, like, for example, you, Nathan, about the Kings, the LA Kings, when they won the Stanley Cup. I know the Pittsburgh Steelers won Super Bowl 40. The Broncos won back-to-back. I remember it was the most talked about win. The 49ers. Who else? I think the St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah, the Cardinals did. So many teams that I can name honorable mentions, but that's just my opinion. So, all right, guys, this is AALS 3179. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.